Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome homemade Star Wars The Force Awakens Finn jacket. Well, technically it's Poe's jacket, but then he gives it to Finn. So, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need for this costume is a jacket itself. So I'm going to hit the thrift store and see what I can find. Okay, and I'm back from the thrift store. Picked up a jacket I rather like. Now I know what you're thinking at first. It is not brown, which is Finn's jacket's color. It has some flaws. Gonna have to cut off the hood. But I think I like the basic shape of it. If we spray paint it, so I say I should go from here. Okay, so first thing, cut off this hood here. Just gonna use some scissors and try to get that off. Going slow, I don't want to rip anything else. So he has no collar or anything on his, so I thought just flat out cutting off the hood of a jacket would be pretty nice. Again, make sure the jacket fits you. Probably forgot to mention that. Does he? I don't remember if he has pockets. I'll probably check your reference photo again. If not, no biggie. I mean, it's either way, you got some more pockets. So I think the next step, I'll just probably take off this. It still have a zipper on it, even though his doesn't. And then make that kind of flap thing he's got going on there, because his doesn't actually zip. Okay, so I'll get working on that. Okay, also, you should probably have some photos of your jacket or whatever you're making while working on DIY projects. Really helps so you have a visual of what you're making. I also have little Lego Finn up there. So the next step after cutting off the hood, I say is going to be making this flap sort of thing. So I think I'm going to just do that out of foam and then maybe hot glue it to the seam there. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I think, judging by this photo, the flap would start maybe about here, right under these. And then I think could go a little bit lower than that, maybe to about here. Wait. Okay, so this is just your regular craft foam that you buy at Michael's or wherever you shop. So I'll start, it's a little wrinkly, but I don't really mind that. I'll straighten that out there. Put that there. Maybe I'll extend it about here. Just your straight edge here. Just gotta make sure that it's straight. Mark it off. You could use a ruler, yardstick, or something like that too. Just don't have those options at the moment, so I'm just gonna use this, something straight to make your cut out of. So I think that looks pretty nice as the flap there. So I'm gonna cut it out now. Okay, so now that our foam piece is all good and cut out, we're gonna attach it onto this side of the jacket, right under the blue ribbon about there, maybe about an inch in. You know, actually, I think I'm gonna cut it off a little bit there, just so that it's a little more accurate. And, okay, right about there, I'm gonna cut it. Okay, I think that looks a little more accurate there. Just trim up the edge a little bit there. And now I'm gonna stick with my normal method of attaching it, hot glue. Okay, so ready to hot glue it now. Just gonna put a little along the edge there. Looks kind of messy. Don't really care. It's all gonna be glued down as long as it sticks. And do a little line down there. Make sure it is straight. Okay, should be enough. And strings of hot glue. Okay. Eyeball it there. Make sure it's pretty straight on there. No giant wrinkles. And just press it to the jacket there. Okay, so now we're gonna apply this ripple technique using some fabric. It doesn't have to be lime green. I just happen to have some lime green fabric around the house, you know. So down his sleeves, he has some ripples on his arm. So I'm just gonna kind of fold over the fabric and try to make some folds using some hot glue. And well, let's try to do that. Okay, so the method I think works best for creating these ripples is to kind of fold the fabric a little, then apply some hot glue along the edge there, and then just press the seam and fold it down so that it makes that nice ripple there. And then I'm just going to keep moving up the arm, doing them all. You know, as you can see, just pressing it down there, and now I'm going to keep going. Okay, so it's been a little while, lots of hot glue, lots of duct tape, lots of ripples, but I think, just maybe, we're ready to spray paint the base color brown. Okay, so obviously I'm going to be spray painting outside because summer is finally here. I've got 1 week left of school and it is 95 degrees outside. So first I'm going to be starting with some gray primer here. Just your classic gray primer. I'm going to spray it all with that, and then I'm going to move on to the brown color. Okay, so layer 1 of the gray spray paint is done. It's a lot, actually. It looks kind of weird, green, mucky color. but don't worry, it's just primer. So yeah, might need to go in with a few touch-up details such as that. I don't really like how that turned out. I might just put a full piece of duct tape on there after. All in all, I like the ripples going on, so I think I'll do a little bit more of this gray spray paint color and let that dry for a while. Then move on and do the brown color. Okay, so the jacket is all done and painted gray for the primer. Now it's time to move with the actual brown color. So I went to the store and tried to see what color I could buy. Maybe I could try to mix an orange and a dark brown that I already had and try to make some sort of color that he's got there. But as I was at the store, I found this perfect cinnamon brown, what's it called? Warm caramel color that I think is just absolutely perfect. I put it up to the photo. It just top notch right here. Paint. So I'm gonna go paint the jacket with that. Of my brand new cinnamon color spray paint. Well, I guess they were to a good cause if it turns out all right. Okay, I'm back inside now, and just looking at this thing, still needs a little while longer to dry, but it is so cool. I'm really happy with the result. Just needs a few more details, a little bit of red in some places, a little bit on this panel, and it'll be done. Okay, so right here I'll trace a little gray detail on the pocket and a little gray detail on the flap. Okay, now I'm ready to cut these out. Okay, so after our panels are cut out, I just painted them black, and now I'm gonna do a little bit of a brushed steel wear and tear sort of look with some silver. Now to make them look weathered here, I'm using a technique that I actually learned from Benjamin Martin. You may know him from Homemade Movies. Anytime he would make a steel thing, he would first paint it silver, and then using some black, he would just squirt it on there and then use a plastic bag to dab it off. I'm doing a pretty similar thing, with starting with black, putting silver on there, and just maybe I'll spray the whole thing now, and just keep dabbing there. You can just make it until it looks right. All different sorts of shades, just lighter blacks, grays, maybe even some silver on some sides. So just keep doing that until you feel it looks right. I like that light one that I just made right there. I'll add some silver, and I'll spray the whole thing on this one. And you see again, dab it off. Oh, just picked it up. Dab it off. And it'll just come out looking kind of like a gray. You can do this however you really want to. So yeah, just a technique I learned. Full credit to Benjamin Martin though. Okay, so now I'm just going to spray maybe a little more black on there, because as I look at the photos, they're a little more of a darker gray on there. So again, just keep dabbing it, but now just doing it some black there. Okay, just got these two panels back from outside. Really like how they turned out with the silver detailing on there. I especially like this one, how it's got that silver blending into that one. So now I gotta hot glue them to the jacket. Okay, so they're both gonna go on this side here. This one, just placing them first. Squeeze that a little bit in there. Nice. And this one's gonna go about right there. Okay. Last details are this red stripe on this side and this red shoulder on the other side. So I think I'm gonna do this with, yes, some more red duct tape. Are you sick of this stuff yet? Yeah, probably. So I'm just gonna cut a strip to go across here. Like it's already got these pre-seamed little panels there, which I actually thought were good. Yes, those were on purpose, because I thought that's where the stripe was gonna go, and it just seemed pretty accurate. So, yeah. Okay, so this red stripe here looks pretty nice. I'm really happy with the results, and these panels are stuck on there now. So I'll shift over to the other side, where this entire shoulder, well, at least the front section of the shoulder, is also red. Okay, so I think this red shoulder turned out pretty nice. Patching up a little bit along there, and then I'll just take a look back at the photo and back at the jacket, see if there's any last minute touch-ups I need to do. Okay, looking really nice there. Loving this red shoulder, the stripe, these couple panels on there. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is just put a little hot glue under these duct tape edges where they came off during spray painting. You can see right there, that'll irritate me, and just keep getting more pulled off as time goes on. So yeah, a little more hot glue under there, this will be done. Okay, so that's my homemade DIY in jacket. I really hope you like it. If you do, make sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps me out. I hope you feel inspired to make your own fin jacket or just your own costume in general. If you have any future suggestions for new costumes, make sure to leave a comment on this video. New videos will be coming out every other week, so make sure you subscribe. Until then, I gotta go find Ray!